Hello there and welcome to Fairyland Cottage, and thanks very much for joining me here today. The sun is shining here in Fairyland. The bulbs are pushing through the soil now. We're getting more and more every day. The birds are chirping. Everything's alive at the moment. So I thought I'd put on one of my favourite dresses and this beautiful apron that my friend kindly made, and just head out and see if there's any new nettle leaves. This is the time of spring where the nettles start to come up, and the new leaves at the top are highly nutritious and also very delicious. Now there's not much at the moment, probably not enough to make some pesto. So I'm just going to collect and dry and use for tea. So I wanted to chat today about something that just came to me during the week. The fact that tomorrow never comes. I used to spend my life always saying I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll start it on Monday, or I have to wait until I have this or that. More skills, more qualifications. And then I realised that tomorrow never comes. And when we started this YouTube channel, I was very naive. I just had a camera, it was very old, I pressed record and just shared a few different things I liked to bake. Nobody really watched them. I just kept posting each week. You see, some people, when you do something, it explodes straight away. For others, it's a slow, steady trickle. But it didn't really matter what the future held. It just mattered what I was doing in that moment. The actions that I could control. Because we can't control the future, but we can control how we react to certain situations, choices that we make, behaviors that we choose. So it changed everything when I just decided to start doing things, rather than waiting until I was good enough or everything was ready. There's something beautiful about this time of year with all the nettles growing. A weed that is usually everybody tries to get rid of is so wonderfully nutritious. I'm going to dry that and use it in tea, but this is some I made a year ago. There's a little bit of rosehip in there, some raspberry leaf, a little bit of mint as well. And if you like a more bitter taste, then you'd like nettle. Because you never know when things can change. All of a sudden the sun is shining, and a minute later the heavens have opened and the rain and the wind has arrived. So it's not what happens externally, it's how we choose to respond to the external world. For nothing is ever perfect in this material world. So much going on around us. We have to do what feels right for us in that moment. I've had to get more accepting of plans changing. Being able to adapt, adjust, become more flexible. And yet routines can stay the same. Every spring I'll still collect the nettle leaves. Every week or so I'll make granola. Pretty much the same recipe over and over. All our routines really build up and just make us who we are. I always thought that routine was a negative thing, boring. And the more I've got into the routine of following the seasons, following the day, the weeks, the months, I found myself healthier and happier and more at peace. We can never underestimate the power of just looking after some little area of our life. Sometimes I forget to water the plants. I don't give them as much attention as they need. But I still keep the banana fertiliser going every week, just to give them a little bit of nourishment and to spend that time watering them. Years ago, I was always too impatient and always in a rush to take that time. I remember my grandmother every morning would go around with the teapot, watering every single plant in the house, and there was a lot. And it was time well spent. The plants will always thank you, and we'll always get something out of it too. So I'd love to have a chat down below or over on Instagram how you're doing, how life is for you. Are you giving yourself a break? Remembering just those little things can make a big difference. So thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful week, slow and simple, and I'll see you in the next video.